The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to one and all. This is Jairaj Nadar representing iNogic in the capacity of business manager. In today's session, we will talk about our two productivity app that is attached to Dynamics and a SharePoint Security Sync. So for your information, all lines will be muted. In case if you have any questions, any query, feel free to put it in the question window. I will be happy to answer all of your queries at the end of the webinar. So before I deep dive into the session, let me give you a short brief about iNogic. iNogic is one of the leading service provider and an independent ISV. We are also an exclusive Dynamic 365 CRM boutique shop that has been in the business for more than decades now. We also been active in the CRM community in which our blogs are very popular. As you can see on the screen, these are all the various productivity add-ons which iNogic has to offer. Among all, I'd like to talk about some of the key flagship product of iNogic. Starting with Maplytics, it is a market-leading CFMD certified product which provide capabilities like visualizing data on map, route optimization, territory management, appointment planner, and much more. And next, I would like to talk about the SharePoint Security Sync along with it attached to Dynamics. So it is a comprehensive solution for integrating a Dynamic 365 CRM along with the respective cloud storage, and it also has the flexibility to choose which connectors that you want to configure, whether you want to go ahead for an Azure block, Dropbox, or a SharePoint. And apart from this product development, iNogic is also an SI. We do provide an offshore development services by assisting our partners and the customers. So if you need any more information related to any of our productivity add-on, you can do reach out to us at www.inogic.com at our website and also through an email, which is crm@inogic.com. So this is the agenda for the today's session, where we will be seeing the challenges faced by the users in managing the documents and how we can optimize with the help of the document management app. And we'll see how we can secure the confidential access of data in the respective cloud storage, followed by live demonstration. And finally, at the end, we will have a Q&A session. Let's begin with the challenges. Though Microsoft Dynamics CRM is a sophisticated system, many user faces many challenges. Let's say, for example, currently you all may be aware that using out-of-the-box functionality, we can upload one file at a time, right? So that cost, which is a time-consuming for many users to upload a multiple files, so which obviously takes a multiple time and a time-consuming task for them. So over here, that is one of the key challenges where user faces, and also the next come is the storage. So like many attachments may be residing in the CRM, which consumes your CRM storage space, thereby that it puts you to buy an additional storage cost. So that is also one of the challenges which many users face in the current world. And also currently there is no provision which it can automatically synchronize the CRM data model along with the SharePoint. So This is where our product attached to Dynamics and a SharePoint Security Sync comes into the picture. So where it allows the users to upload a multiple files or the folders at a time, and also it also replicates the CRM security model along with the SharePoint. So we will see all of this in a live action in the later down in the session while demonstrating. So how you can optimize? So as I said now, like in the current world, like having organized data will increase the productivity, right? So if an organization has a unorganized or a scattered of documents here and there in the respective cloud storage, so that will increase a lot of manual tasks for the users, so that affects the productivity loss. So that's the stats that you see on the screen, that document issue account for more than a 21% of our daily productivity has been lost only because of the document issue. So if a document is organized in a respective way, you can increase your productivity, and you can save 30 to 40% in the storage cost. Like what you are doing in the current world, the like lot of attachments are residing in the system, so which consumes a lot of storage space of, and which hampers the storage space. So that puts an additional storage cost for them to buy. So as Microsoft have come up with a new additional pricing at the latest new pricing model, which is really huge for many of the organization to afford. So this is where, like, with the help of the document management app, you can really optimize. You can save 30 to 40% in the storage cost, and 23% in saving the managing the access of records or the attachments that are uploaded in the respective cloud storage. So by doing this, what exactly it could result is reduction in the storage cost, increase your productivity, and reduce IT costs, and efficiently you can manage all of your documents. So that's how it's a really benefit to use the document management apps, and we'll see how this can really add a value to your business practice. So as I said earlier as well, like we will talk about the two productivity app that is attached to Dynamics and the SharePoint Security Sync. So the reason why I wanted to differentiate over here is, like, attached to Dynamics is where you can manage your document in the 3 different cloud storage, as I said, like the Dropbox, Azure Blob, and a SharePoint. And it also saves the like user storage cost, which I said now. And the SharePoint Security Sync is one step ahead, where, like, there may be multiple concerns that have coming up, like if a user wants to only access the secure the record who has given the access based on the security level. If a user has given the user level role permission in the CRM, the same should be replicated into the SharePoint as well. So this automatically synchronizes the CRM security model into the SharePoint. So that is where our product SharePoint Security Sync comes into the picture. It automatically synchronizes the CRM security model along with the privileges. So what privileges that you give it to the users, whether you give a read, write access, or if any privileges that has been given to the users, the same will be replicated into the SharePoint. So these are some of the key features of our attached Dynamics and a SharePoint Security Sync solution, like security role sync to the SharePoint. So as I said now, like, you can any modification done to the security role of the users, like whether addition, modification, deletion, or any privileges that has been given to the user, the same will be replicated into the SharePoint. Auto create folder structure. So as you all may be aware that SharePoint has a limitation of, like, having a 50,000 items in a single document library. So this puts into a worry where a user wants to create their own document library, which is currently, as of now, it is not able to do with the out of the box functionality. However, with the help of our solution, yes, you can automatically create a folder structure in the SharePoint. Intuit interface to the perform common files or the folder actions. So we have a UI that is attached to Dynamic UI, where you can perform multiple actions. Let's say, for example, if you want to upload multiple files, rename a files, or send a file on the go in an email. So all the actions, it can be performed on a quick go with the help of our attached to Dynamic UI. The security privileges. So yeah, it performs like, as I said, now the user privilege is given to them. It can be the same will be replicated as well as into the SharePoint. And in the CRM, like in the using our solution, you can define what all the privileges that you want to give it to the user through the security templates. Whether you want to give the users upload options, yes. So some organizations don't want to give the delete options to the user because data is very confidential for them. So in that case, they can don't want to give the delete options. So yes, they can set the template. They can only within using this solution, and that will work within that particular uh, uh, solution itself. Drag and drop, like as I said, now you can upload a multiple files or the folders onto the respective cloud storage, like whether it is Azure Blob, Dropbox, or a SharePoint. Save storage space. So we have a feature called as a bulk migration job tool, which migrates all of your attachments, whether it is a real-time attachments or an history of an attachments, that can be migrated from the CRM to the respective cloud storage. Email a link or a file as an attachment. So yeah, you can send the file added as an attachment in an email, either as an attachment or a document or as a link in an email. So that can be sent to the respective users. So these are all some of the key features of both of our solution, that is attached to dynamic and SharePoint Security Sync. Let's see all of these key features in a live action. So for the webinar purpose, I've already pre-configured both like SharePoint Security Sync in one of our environment. So for the better understanding, what I've done over here is I've logged in with the 3 different users. That is Samuel, who has been given a organizational level access. That means he is the sales manager of this organization. Considering that use cases, we will go ahead, like he's a sales manager of this organization who can able to access all of the accounts in the CRM as well as into the SharePoint as well. However, on the other window, I've logged in as a Beverly. Sorry, this is Bella, and Bella can able to see only those records which Bella has created in the CRM, and for which the document location is created. The same can be seen in the SharePoint as well. So what I'm trying to say over here is there is no need to create any manual intervention, like for syncing of our records or like giving the permission to the users. So any record that has been created by the users, if he has been given a user level access, he can able to see only those record in the CRM, and the same will be seen in the SharePoint. So since Bella has been given a user level access, considering as a salesperson, not a sales manager, she's a salesperson. So she can able to see only those records which she has created in the CRM as well as into the SharePoint for which the document location is created. And on the other window, I've logged in as a Beverly. Again, she is the salesperson of this organization for which the document location is created. The same I can see it in the SharePoint over here. Now, let's assume, like for example, Beverly is working on one of these account. Let's say, for example, GM solution, and if she wants to upload or manage her documents into the respective cloud storage. So over here, we will consider this organization is using a SharePoint as a SharePoint as the cloud storage for the managing the documents. So since the native SharePoint integration has been done, they wanted to go ahead with the SharePoint. And so now let's Beverly is working on this account GM solution, and if she want to upload a file to the SharePoint. So using the out-of-the-box functionality, you can upload a one file at a time, right? So which I mentioned earlier as well. However, we have a UI called as attached to dynamic, where you can upload multiple files or folders on the go into the SharePoint. So this is the UI that we have for like once you hit on this attached to dynamic button, the document location gets created and you can perform the various actions on the go, like you see on the screen itself, like upload, download, rename, email, copy, or create a folders. So we'll see what all this action is. Let's say, for example, as I said now, if I want to upload, then we have two options of uploading files. Either you can do a simple old school method of uploading and selecting the files and uploading that, or you can simply drag and drop a file onto the UI. Let's say, for example, if I want to upload a SAM folder, I'll simply drag and drop a file onto the UI, and the file, depending upon the number of files inside the folder, it gets uploaded. So SAM is the folder. If I open that, I see this is the two file inside that. And over here, we do have that options to kindly navigate to the SharePoint, and I can see over there. So this is the account, and inside the GM solution, I can see the SAM folder, and I see this is the two file that we have uploaded into the SharePoint. So this, the reason what I'm trying to say over here is like you can minimize the amount of time that the user put in order to upload a multiple files like one at a time. So with the help of our UI using attach to dynamic, like you can upload a multiple documents, which saves your time as well. And also like many options that we do have, like let's say for example, if you want to download any file for your offline references, just select the file, hit on the download button. If you want to rename the file, yes, that is pretty much possible. You can simply rename that. And if you want to email any document to any of your users on the go without navigating to the different pages or to the different clicks, so just you can directly select that file, either attach as a document. When you click on attach as a document, the file will be added as an attachment. A new email window will be opened up with the file added as an attachment. A new window has been so you see over here the file that has been added as an attachment over here. And on the go, if you want to create any notes or add any note, that can be added over here, and select it and simply hit on the send button over there. And if you want to send us a link, that is also that option do we have available over here. And if you want to send any anonymous shareable link, either as a read only or an editable link to any of your colleague, so that is also option is available. Like you can either select that, just click on the copy link button, and either you can send it as a read only or an editable link to the respective users. And if I want to create any folder, and inside that folder if I want to upload the file, I'll select that folder and I'll simply create that. And I can simply upload that file into this. So over here, like you can configure a multiple connectors, like for the attached to dynamic solution. Like once I have uploaded all of my document, if I want to upload to the other cloud storage, that is, let's say for example, the Dropbox or an Azure blob, yes, you can simply you will be able to see an option over here like SharePoint, Dropbox, and Azure blob. And inside that you can upload the files. You can navigate to the different connectors and you can upload the file onto that. So now considering that example, the user has now, let's say for example, uploaded a file that is SAM folder, and I can see all of the files that has been uploaded in the SharePoint as well. Now if say for example this is the file that we have uploaded with the help of our attached to dynamic UI, you may be also thinking what about the attachments that are coming up from the email or the notes attachment. If I want to migrate that to the respective cloud storage and thereby reduce the CRM storage space. So yes, over here, if let's say for example, if I take the notes attachment, so this case, the use cases is pretty much possible in the email attachment that which I'm talking about. And now we will see how it works in the notes attachment over here. So over here, what it happens is the real-time attachments, like any attachments that has been added to the timeline, like either it could be an email attachment, notes attachments, or the activity, any attachment related to that. So that will get migrated to the respective cloud storage, and the file of that link will be left in the body of the note. We'll see how it works over here. I've added a notes attachment against this record, and so as I said, if a user wants to real-time migration of an attachments from the CRM to the respective cloud storage, so yes, with the help of our attached to dynamic solution, that is pretty much possible. You can migrate all of your attachments from the CRM to the respective cloud storage. So over here, what I've done is I've added a notes attachments. So once I refresh the timeline, it should get navigated, migrated to the. So there you see the file has been migrated from the CRM to the respective cloud storage, that is the SharePoint over here in this case, and the link has been left in the body of the node. And if I go into the SharePoint, so this is the GM solutions, the account. So there you see our product 00.docs that has been migrated over here. So by doing this, what I'm trying to say is like it can really save your storage like cost that has been hampering you, like any attachments that are residing in the CRM, and if you want to migrate in a real time. So this is based on the configuration that I've done it in the SharePoint Security Sync, attached dynamic solution that I've seen over here, which I will show you later on in the session. So based on that, this files gets migrated to the respective cloud storage. So this is the real-time migration which could be applicable in many use cases like email attachment, notes attachment, sales literature attachments. So all that can be migrated. So you may be also thinking, what about my history of an attachment? So the attachment that are already in my system, and if I want to migrate that, and if I want to move that completely from the CRM, and I want to organize in the respective cloud storage. So yes, we do have options of like bulk migration job is the feature that we have in the solution, in our solution. That is, you just need to run this bulk migration tool. Let me show you the one that I've already done for this webinar purpose. So the bulk migration job is where you can migrate all of your history of an attachments that are residing in the CRM, whether it could be a notes attachment, email, sales literature, all those can be migrated from the CRM to the respective cloud storage. So in this, if you see over here, the bulk migration I have performed for the notes attachment, and you define the connectors for which you want to migrate, and you schedule the date, like from which date you want to run this or perform this bulk migration job. So if I schedule this bulk migration job, so we highly recommend that you can schedule it in a batch way so that the smooth transition of all of your attachments can be migrated from the CRM to the respective cloud storage. So if you see over here, the main important piece is the attachment action. So what attachment action that you have configured over here, so based on that it will perform. So if you set it as a move, so what it will happen, as we have seen now, the attachment will get migrated from the CRM to the respective cloud storage, and the link will be left in the body of the node, which we have seen now. That's the reason this attachment got migrated. And if you select it as a copy, so the copy of an attachment will be residing in the CRM as well as into the SharePoint as well. So that's the options that we have given you, whether you can copy or move, depending upon the user's choice, what they wanted to set it. And you define the criteria, like duration, like how long the data, whether it could be a last day, last 2 days, last year, last month, last week. The custom date also you can set it in the select duration criteria field over here, and you can define the value. So depending upon that, all of the attachments. So over here it is for notes. You can do it for sales literature, email, the activity that is performing. So that can be migrated from the CRM to the respective cloud storage, and all of those information can be seen over here. How many records has been processed? So in this case, if you see, when I run this bulk migration job for the notes attachment, there were total 5 records, and 5 got succeeded along with the file size. So this complete information that you can see it in the information tab in the bulk migration job. And also like we do have a tool, that is bulk migration tool. The same is that which is applicable in order to do a more faster, like as you like since this is within the CRM, it will takes a lot of the web resources in order to load and migrate all of the attachments. So it takes a less amount of time as compared to this bulk migration job over here. So we do have a tool that as well, which you can see it in our website, which is. So this was regarding to the history of an attachment that can be migrated from the CRM to the respective cloud storage. So now let's assume the user has now uploaded the documents into the system, and if the attachments is the concern, the attachments has been migrated to the respective cloud storage, so thereby reducing the CRM storage space as well. What about the security? If suppose if I wanted to give only the user level access, or if I don't want the users to access those documents that are highly confidential into the system or into the SharePoint, and in that case he should not able to see all of the records in the CRM or either into the SharePoint. So for that, which I said now, like the SharePoint Security Sync plays a major role over there. Like it replicates a CRM security model along with the SharePoint. So over here, taking the same record and the use cases, now the salesperson has uploaded the document, he has managed the document in the respective cloud storage into the SharePoint. Now let's say he want to share this record with the other user. So what he can do is he can share this record with Bella. So once we share this record, so what privileges that you are giving to the user? So this is the important piece over here in the SharePoint Security Sync, like what permission that you are giving or granting to the users, those permissions will be replicated to the users whom which you have shared, and the same will get replicated in the SharePoint as well. So considering, assuming that Beverly is going on a vacation and she want to share this record, since this record or this account is a highly potential account where more number of deals or accounts can be closed within this organization. So Bella want to share this record with the other user. Beverly want to share this record with the other user, that is Bella. And what permissions that Beverly is giving to the Bella is an important piece which we have seen now. Like whether you are giving a read, write, delete, so what permission that you are giving to or granting to the user. So for now, let's say for example, I have given only the read-only access or the read-only privileges to the Bella. If I click on share, so once this record has been shared with Bella, it should get, so now Bella should be able to see this record in the CRM as well as into the share, right? Let's go and check whether that's the case or not. So this is the Bella account. So let's refresh it. So there you see, now I see a GM solution over here. This record has been shared from Beverly. So if I open that record, currently I don't have any access to this record because since Beverly has given a read-only access, and giving it read-only permission, the same should be replicated in the SharePoint as well, right? If I go and check in the SharePoint, so there you see a GM solution in the Bella account, and if I open that, so these are in the file that which are already uploaded in against this Beverly, and the same has been replicated in the SharePoint over as well. And you see a pencil icon, right? That indicates that the user cannot able to make any changes or make any modification. It is since it is given a read-only access to this user. And if I open that and if I try to make any edit and any edit against this document, it simply indicates the read-only. Since we have given a read-only permission, so that's how like the SharePoint Security Sync says that it replicates the CRM security model along with the what privileges that you're giving to the users. It automatically synchronizes the CRM security model along with the SharePoint. Like you don't need to manually intervene, like giving any permission or to the respective users. So it automatically synchronizes the CRM security model into the SharePoint. So that's how you see now the record has been now given to the Bella, and Bella has been now able to see the record in the CRM as well as into the SharePoint. Now let's say, for example, Bella has been now promoted to a Beverly has been now promoted to a manager level. Since they are the user level, the salesperson of this organization, they can able to see only those accounts which they have created or the record that has been shared with them with the privileges. So what privileges that has been given to them. However, let's say for example, Bella has been now promoted to a manager level. If we change the security role of this user, Bella should be able to see all of these accounts in the CRM as well as into the SharePoint, right? Let's go and check whether that's the case or not. We'll take the Beverly as the use case, and if I change the security role of those users, since Samuel is the owner of giving organization level access, he can able to see all the accounts in the CRM as well as into the SharePoint. Let's change the security role of Beverly, and the same should get replicated to the Beverly as well. Let's promote the Beverly as a sales manager. I'll click on OK. So now I have given a Beverly as a sales manager role. That means the organization level access that has been given to the Beverly. So now Beverly should be able to see all the records in the CRM as well as into the SharePoint as well. This is the Beverly account, and so now Beverly can able to see all the accounts that has been in the CRM. And if I go into the SharePoint for which the document location is created, all of this record should be seen in the SharePoint as well. Since the syncing, syncing will be in process, so that's how it will take a few minutes in order to synchronize all of the records for which the document location is created in the CRM. It will get replicated in the SharePoint as well. So the syncing is in process, so that's the reason you should be able to see. It will take a few minutes. As I said, it will take a few minutes to replicate those in the SharePoint. So in the meantime, let me give you the other use cases on that. Like as I said earlier, the SharePoint has a limitation of having 50,000 items in a single document library. So this is where our recently we have come up with a new feature that is like create custom folder structure. So with the help of that, you can able to easily create a folder custom library folder structure in the SharePoint. So let's say for example, for the account entity record, if I want to create a custom folder structure into the SharePoint, you see a tab over here, create custom folder structure in the entity configuration. So if I go over there, you can create the library structure like by period, by starting character, or a custom. So it's completely up to your choice, like how you want to create a folder structure into the SharePoint. So there may be like organization who wants to have a data on a yearly basis, like let's say for example 2022 to 2023 year, that financial year to be organized in a respective folders in the SharePoint, and the next year in the next way. In that case, they can simply select that by period, select how they wanted to set it, whether they want to do it for years or months, so that they can select it over here, and the duration. So for example, if I select it as a month, and if I select it as a 12 over here, and if I select the date format, and here you can define like what the logical name of that folder format which you want to set it, you can create that in the folder format over here as well. I will click on save. I selected the date format, and if you want to do any email configuration pre-configured for the account entity record, so that is also possible in the solution. Like now I have done the create custom folder structure, so that means like whenever any new account has been created, if I create a new account, so what it will happen is this account will be going into the folder structure will be created in for the account entity record into the SharePoint. with the period mentioning, like since I've selected the 12 months over there, so that's how it should give. It will be seen in the SharePoint. Let's go and check whether that's the case, how it has been created over there. So if I navigate to that, so there you see account Jan 2023 to December 2023. So that's how the library structure has been created into the SharePoint. If I go in the site content for the account entity, the document library has been created for the account Jan 2023 to December 2023. So now any files that have been uploaded, I will be seeing that uploaded inside this. So this is the record which we have created, webinar, and inside that, if you have uploaded any files, that I can see it over here. So this is the recently, and we have added this new feature, which we, by doing this, like you can overcome the challenges that the user were facing of having a 50,000 items in a single document library. So that's how, like, you can manage all of your documents in the respective cloud storage, whether it could be a Dropbox, Azure Blob, or a SharePoint with respect to our attached dynamic solution. However, keeping a security aspect as a concern, then in that case, we would recommend, like, if you go for a SharePoint Security Sync, like you can manage your document as well as the security aspect also plays a major role. Like you can, by doing that, unauthorized users cannot able to access those documents that are uploaded into the SharePoint. So now shortly we'll receive a poll on the features that you like the most in both the solution. So here's the poll. I would request you to kindly cast your vote on the features that you like the most. Kindly cast your vote on the features that you like the most. Thank you for casting your vote. Let me switch back to the presentation. So these are some of the common queries that we do get from our customers or the prospects across the globe. Like, are the attachment easily accessible once migrated to the cloud storage? So yes, we have seen like how it can be accessible. Like within that, we left a link in the body of the note in order to know what was the file that has been uploaded against that record. Our attachment are attached to Dynamics and SharePoint Security Sync compatible across devices. So yes, it is pretty much compatible in a laptop, desktop, as well as mobile devices as well. And which type of SharePoint sites does SharePoint Security Sync supports? Like, as we have seen now, it supports that multiple SharePoint sites can be configured as well as depending upon the user's choice. And is it possible to sync our previous records in a bulk? Yes. So since we have a bulk migration job feature, you can synchronize all of your history of an attachment from the CRM to the respective cloud storage. And both of our product solution, that is attached to Dynamics and SharePoint Security Sync, is supported on Microsoft Dynamics CRM 9.x and above. and also it is available on the supported version in the Dataverse as well as online. So for the SharePoint Security Sync, we do support like it should be a CRM online as well as SharePoint online and not the on-premise. So now let's have a Q&A session. I would request you to kindly put your questions on the question window. I will be happy to answer you now. Please put your questions on the question window. We have a question from one of our attendee, like if you don't have a SharePoint and want to use Azure Blob to store the data, does it work the same? Stores everything in Azure Blob? So yes. So now I've shown you related to one of the connector, that is to the SharePoint. However, it works exactly the same in all the connectors, that is SharePoint, whether it is a SharePoint, Azure Blob or a Dropbox. So on all these three connectors case, yes, it should be work as expected, which we have seen in the in this session. I hope that answer your queries. Yeah, feel free to put your questions. Yes, we do have questions from one of our attendees. Does the connector take into the consideration any renaming action we might take on SharePoint and sync it back into the dynamic CRM? Like, so in this case, like you are trying to say like if any changes that has been made into the SharePoint and or renaming of any folders, so will it sync it back to the CRM? So pretty not sure on that, so I need to check this with the my technical team. But however, as of now, I could say like uh, it may should do, like since it is a syncing of records from CRM to the SharePoint, so in that case like it should. But however, I will consider this query has been taken into the consideration, and I will check with my team, and I can revert you on in an email as well for this particular questions. Yeah, any more questions? So we have a question from one of our attendee. Can you revert the process if it's not working? Example, move the data from SharePoint back to into the CRM. Currently, we don't have that options of like moving a data from like remove data from the SharePoint back into the CRM. However, like if any changes that has been done into the CRM end, and if you want to migrate any data, that's how you can able to easily migrate with the help of our solution. However, like if you want to reverse, or in that case, you are trying to say like you do want to remove completely all of the attachments from the CRM or into the SharePoint. So if you're saying from SharePoint, then this is not, as of now, currently we don't have that options. But however, in the other side, yes, that is pretty much possible. So we have another questions. Documents are visible in a file type of data set. Yes, it is. It is pretty much visible in the file types of Dynamics 365 CRM. So like we upload a out of the box functionality with the files tab, right? So yes, any documents that has been uploaded using our UI, so that can also be visible in the files tab of dataset. So yes, in that case, yes, it is visible. I hope that answers your queries. Yeah, any more questions would be highly appreciated. So regarding the pricing, since I'm getting a lot of questions regarding the pricing, so we will send you, or we will share the pricing in an email to the users who have requested the pricing. So that could make sense instead of having the conversation of related to the pricing in this session. So I will share the pricing in an email to the attendees who are requesting the pricing options. So any other queries related to the products? Yes, please do, guys. Send it in a chat window. I'm happy to give you an answer on that. So we have another questions like, can it work with a multiple environment? For example, we have one production, one UAT, and one dev environment. So yes, that is pretty much possible. Like, so we do, as we do provide a in the, it comes into the licensing option. So we do provide like one production. Along with one production, you can use it at a free of cost with the UAT in the two non-production. That is whether it could be UAT or any sandbox dev environment. So in that case, yes, you can work in the multiple environment as well. I hope that answer your queries to this question. Any questions? So also we do have another questions like, does it support the custom entities as well? So yes, it is. It support both out of the box as well as custom entities as well in both of our solutions. So yeah, thank you guys. Like if you come up with any more questions, you can reach out to us at crm@inogic.com. So we will be happy to answer you on that as well. So to get started with this, both of the solution is really simple. Like you can download the solution from our website as well as from Microsoft AppSource. And if you need any assistance in setting up the trial at your end related to whether it could be attached to Dynamics or SharePoint Security Sync, do reach out to us at crm@inogic.com. We will be happy to assist you in that case. And I would like to thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to present this